Hello, welcome to Doghead Tech and to another episode of Can I Fix It, a series where I take faulty gaming equipment and try and bring them back from the dead. In this episode, I have a Nintendo Switch. Now, I've never owned a Nintendo Switch console. I want to own a Nintendo Switch console, so if I can get this working, I will be taking ownership of this. However, this Nintendo Switch came as a part of a Joblot. The seller stated that the Joy-Cons weren't working and the digitizer doesn't work. Now, whilst the left side Joy-Con does work, the right side one doesn't charge. The digitizer, as he correctly said, also doesn't work, but I did notice on testing that the card reader also doesn't work. So something's going on the board. I'm thinking something might have been spilt on this. It'll either need a quick clean up, in which case it shouldn't be that much of a hassle, or it's going to be quite a substantial PCB rework and it could be a bit of a write-off. Other than the fault stated, it does power on and it does show an image on the screen and it's in great cosmetic condition, tiny little mark on the screen. Other than that, it's pretty spotless. But as I say, I've never worked on a Nintendo Switch or owned one, so I think the best thing that we can do in this situation is just to take the thing apart and actually see what we're working with. So let's do exactly that. With this device, I've actually purchased, it didn't come with a power supply, so I've purchased a power supply and it charges perfectly well. You'll see actually, let me boot it on. This is actually the rail that came out of that red Joy-Con and there was corrosion on these pins. That does kind of confirm that there has been some exposure to liquid in one way or other. But as I say, I can sit here and speculate all day. Right, so let's start getting this apart. Now, it doesn't look as though this thing's ever been taken apart before. So because I've never worked on a Switch device before, I don't have any spare parts for these. I do anticipate having to do this over a number of days because I'm going to have to order parts, get those parts in, and then kind of see what we're dealing with. Right, hopefully, I need to take these out as well. Yeah, I think we need to take these off as well. So what do you guys reckon? I don't know if I needed to unscrew all those screws, but so be it. Are we going to have a load of liquid damage? Let's check it out. I see nothing. Nothing that suggests there is any foul play or water damage. That is a good sign. That is a very good sign. Okay, so let's get the rest of these screws out. I'm going to actually put one of these back in because I don't think I needed to take them out. And as a result, we're just going to have some rails flapping around everywhere, which we really don't want. Remember that the problem was down the right side, so now we've flipped it over. What we need to be looking at is all the stuff over here. And now, will this lift out? Yes, it will. And how are we looking? Right, well it looks perfect. So why do we have so many problems here? Oh, hang on. Do I spot a little something down here? Something white and crunchy. Right, we'll tell you what actually, before I do anything, let's get this battery disconnected. There we go. And we're likely gonna wanna get this fan out by the looks of things. I mean, I'm not seeing anything here that should be causing so much of a problem. This looks really clean. Maybe this will have, oh yeah, we've got some corrosion. There we go. Okay, so it looks as though, yeah, look. Now I'm looking at it a bit longer. We've actually got what looks to be a little wet mark up here, and then that's all crunchy. So something has definitely gotten into this. Anything on the ribbon cable? There's nothing on the ribbon cable. Okay, that's good. Right, let's get this rail out here. This rail, I think, will probably need replacing. There is no corrosion on the ribbon itself, which is great. So we'll put that to one side. So let's grab plastic pry and get this out. And all of a sudden, there we go. All of a sudden, it all starts making sense. I'm hoping maybe after a full disassembly and a deep clean, we might luck out. We need to get the board out, don't we? That's what we need to do. So let's focus on that. I mean, as far as liquid damage goes, this is pretty good. Do we reckon this is going to be absolutely saturated on the other side? Let's have a look in 3, 2, 1. No, it's not. So why is this not working? I mean, that's mint. That's mint. Hang on. Let's just have a little thing. So, what's wrong with this? It's got a dodgy rail, this one, and I do think, yeah, there we go. There is 100% corrosion on these rails. So, if we think this rail's faulty, there's corrosion on it. This game card is faulty, but look at the amount of corrosion that's on that thing. And then we have a digitizer that doesn't work. With this tiny little mark, I mean, you can't even see it. I can't focus the camera on it properly because of the reflection. But you can see there's a tiny little mark down here. Is that enough to stop an entire digitizer from working? I don't know. So I'm guessing this here is the digitizer. And this is for the backlight. I mean, what we can do is maybe clean all this up. Wait. Hang on. Let's think about this. So we've got a problem with the digitizer. Does the digitizer run through this board here? If so, this could be the source of our issue. If this board doesn't work because it's liquid damaged, is this the digitizer cable? I think this could be the digitizer cable. In which case the digitizer would work. It would just be this board that needs replacing. So do we just need a replacement board and a replacement right rail? Could this sort out all of our problems? Because there's no corrosion on that motherboard whatsoever. So you know what? I'm going to go ahead and order one of these and one of these. And when they both arrive, we'll try and get this repaired. I think that's probably the best thing that we can do. So I'll hold the video there and I'll come back to you and we'll start this again once I have the parts in. I'm excited about this. I think this could actually work. I'm going to be so annoyed if it doesn't, but I think this could actually work. Right, so it is now 3 days later and the parts have arrived. So we can do away with these parts that aren't fit for purpose and we can bring in our replacement parts that I've ordered. Right, so we need to get these into our device. I did partially reassemble it just to kind of keep all the components together and stop there being any missing bits and bobs. Right, so tell you what, let's get this rail in. So this should hopefully slide in here. They're a little fiddly. We in? We're in. Let's get this replacement card reader in. Also, don't forget, has the connector for the digitizer. So this is the big one for me. If this doesn't work, then I don't really know how else I can go about fixing this. I don't know enough about switches to kind of jump straight in and start pulling readings and know what I'm looking at. So in case there was any debris or anything along those lines, let's just get this cleaned up. It does look like there could have been a little bit from whatever was spilt in here. Okay, so that's in. A bit of pressure on this, and this should just slot into here. Okay, now I can't remember what screws go where now, so you know what, I'm just going to place this over the back and let's give it a test. Hopefully this works. So what do you think? Do you think it'll work? I really hope it does. Okay. So we've got power, so we haven't broken it. Got a picture. Do we have a touch screen? No, we don't. Oh, okay. So the good thing is that the rail is sorted. Is the problem with the game card rectified? I'm thinking if we don't have any digitizer that it won't be. It's not looking good, is it? It's like nothing is connected. Did I not put it in properly? Did I not secure it properly? It's not plugged in. Look. I haven't plugged it in properly. There we go. Right. So it was just a loose cable. It was just the fact that I hadn't pushed this down hard enough. It's a similar connector. I can't remember what the connectors are called, but they're the same kind of connectors that you find in phones. So today I've ordered a PS4 Slim to come in with a bit of a dodgy disk drive. At least that's what it's reported to have. It could have other gremlins and grizzlies. If you do want to see that, then do subscribe. Hit that bell and you'll be notified when that goes up. It also means a hell of a lot to have people subscribe to my channel. It's a really nice thing that it's something that I can't really comprehend or get my head around, that people want to subscribe to watch a video that I've edited and put up. I think it's really nice. It's quite a surreal feeling, to be honest. So yeah, subscribers, they really do mean a lot, and for those who have already subscribed, thank you very much. I genuinely really do appreciate it. Okay, right, so let's get the back plate back on and then we'll test it again. Let's get it turned on. What do you guys reckon? Confident? Oh! It works. It works. It works. Right, so this does play. Digitizer works perfectly. I do need to test this in a dock just to make sure it connects up to the TV, and providing that test is perfectly fine, then this is fully repaired and I'm really, really chuffed. It is just these two components that weren't working properly, and combined these parts actually worked out about £16 to buy in and replace, so they're pretty inexpensive, and that saved something that's far more than that. So very, very happy, very, very chuffed. I'm gonna go and play some Switch and give it a proper test. So with that in mind, I'm gonna wrap this video up. Thank you very much for watching. It is hugely appreciated, and I'll hopefully see you again in another video very, very soon. Thank you very much, bye-bye.